So then he asked me. Then he replied that you did everything from your own mother's money. What you did? Tell me what you did. So he was blank. Then the Sage again replies. He asks him, "What can you do now?" So he replies, "I can even give my life to her." So the Sage replies that, "Can you beg? Can you live your solitary life? Can you beg for her? Can you live the luxurious life and go on begging?" He was like, all his world was shivered. All of his body parts were shivering on thinking of begging, because begging is not easy for a person like who lived luxurious life ever. So then he thinks for a time, and he realizes that his mom struggled a lot. His mom had beared all the pain for him, and so he thinks of going to beg. And so, as a luxurious guy, he was not known how to beg. He did not knew that how to beg. So he was practicing that how to beg, how to be like a perfect beggar, whom to beg, who will realize his situation and all. But he was not able to. Still, he tries, and tries. He went on door to door that please give me a coin. Each coin that he will get will be the blessing for his mom, and he will have to uh, donate all his begging, all what he gets to a temple, and starts every day with a zero for 1 month. So he begs, but he gets nothing because he was healthy. He was looking like a king. So no one gives him anything. So again he tries, and then he observes other beggars. And after seeing other beggars, what did is to look like them. He took some soil, applied on his face, on his clothes, and gets dirty. And so, like a beggar, he starts begging, like all beggar do. He starts singing, "Toss a coin to the beggar, and maybe a 20, and maybe a 20." And after many times, he gets a coin, and he gets happy. He gets a coin who is thrown by an by a rich man, and so he took the coin, and that was his first day earning that he earned the first, and he then donates the coin to the temple. Then again, every day with a zero he starts, and on the 30th day his mom went to coma, so she starts to tremble, and she starts to move something. She was starting to like thank you. So on the 30th day, he was like, when he got to know that his mom was trembling, he went to hospital, and so in the hospital they asked him to pay, but he was not able to pay because this was the 30th day, and he was not allowed to use his money to the doctor to pay or to do everything. He was only allowed to use the coins that he earned. And on the 30th day, when he was coming to hospital, he his money fails everywhere, and only a coin was left. So he then puts the coin in the dan peti in the hospital. And so when he do that, he was not able to pay. Thereafter, his friends, when he was begging, he made some friends. The beggars come with all their money and pays.
Thank you so much, Lavin. Now our next participant is Rashika M. Deshpande. All participants are going to get 7 minutes. Please make sure of the note. You have to complete your story in 7 minutes.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. Myself, Rasika Mukund Deshpande from Srimati Dunjani Mahila Mahavidyalaya. The title of my story is The Mighty Tree. At the edge of a forest, there stood a large tree. Its branches spread out majestically, and so did its roots. The tree provided shelter to countless birds and other small creatures in its branches. It buzzed with activity all the time. At the foot of the tree, there was the title of my story is The Mighty Tree. At the edge of a forest, there stood a large tree. Its branches spread out majestically, and so did its roots. It provided shelter to countless birds and other small creatures in its branches. It buzzed with activity all the time. At the foot of the tree, there grew a small plant. The plant was willowy and delicate. As it swayed in the breeze, the plant the plant used to sway in the breeze as and also bent down completely. One evening, there held a chat in between the two neighbors. Well, little one, said the large tree, why don't you stand erect like me? I, I think I am better this way, said the little one with a smile. Actually, I think I'm safer the way I am. Safer, taunted the tree. He said, are you suggesting that you are safer than I am? Do you know how thick and strong my roots are buried? Why could possibly, why could possibly you Why could possibly the roots or why could possibly the roots can bow my head to the ground? The tree. One evening there was a strong hurricane in the region. The hurricane destroyed all the trees in the forest. The trees which used to touch the sky had now come to the ground, and all of them were destroyed. But there the small plant still in the was still under the hurricane. After the hurricane passed away, the small plant stood up again. Pride, pride comes before it falls. It is said that if we stay humble, we will be always humble, and if we not, it will humble us forever. Thank you.
That's a very beautiful story. Rashika, thank you so much. Now I welcome Soumya Bison to present her story.
A very beautiful good morning to one and all present here. I am Soumya Bhasin from Dr. Ambedkar College, pursuing BSc second year. And my story is about, yeah, we all have learned the story of the tortoise and rabbit, yes. And I have modified that same story, telling you with the new lessons. So the rabbit and tortoise starts the race. And the rabbit was so fast, as you know, his strength is running. He could run so fast. And after a midway, he thinks like I'm so fast, I'm very fast, and the turtle could not win the race. So he decides to step, and he sits. And then in meanwhile, the tortoise, coming slowly, steadily, consistently, he wins the race. And after he wins, the rabbit gets shocked. Like, wow, I am the winner. I'm always the winner, but how could I? I lost this game. And this is the learning is never underestimate your opponent. And then when he loses the game, he thinks to challenge once again the tortoise. Let's race once again. And he decides to race once again. And this time the rabbit recognizes his mistake that he did slip. And that is why he lost the game. And now he started. Again, both of them were so motivated, so determined to win the race. And now both run enthusiastically so much. And now this time Rabbit did not repeating the same again. He won the match. And then Thomas said, oh, I can believe so you could. You are so overconfident about yourself. And this time the rabbit so recognizes his mistake. He did slip. That is why he lost the game. I know our destination. Both of us are the way of the other again. So motivated, so determined to go the destination was now both run and were different so much. And now this now played his strategy so nicely, and he took the river path, won the match. When the rabbit reached there, rabbit also chosen the same path. The rabbit was some you are so overconfident about yourself. And this time, the rabbit recognizes the mistake or the blunder of the rabbit was the wrong path for traveling. So sometimes it's about strategies we make in life. So better to know your strengths and choose your strategies wisely. And this time the tortoise wins the race. Tortoise comes to the rabbit and says, "See, can we friends? I'm going to tell you one negative point about you. You're very overconfident, and that is something I don't like about you. So let's win together. Then, as we are the friends right now, let's win together the race. You sit at my back, and he takes that rabbit above his back and starts the race. And this time, they both win the race. So by this, the message is When we work in team, we always are the winner. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Soumya. That was a very beautiful story. Now I request Riddhi Jain from Institute of Science to present her story.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Riddhi Jain, and I am from Government Institute of Science, Maharashtra, Nagpur, basically Maharashtra. So, the story of every storyteller starts with their own house. That is a fact. So that's why my story too started with my own house. I was 9 years old at that particular time. Uh, my family comprised of me, my little brother, my mom and dad. We were the happy family. Like every ordinary house, my parents used to take all our responsibilities, pack their lunches to school, and they used to never fight because for them it was like it will leave bad impression on us as children. So they never used to fight. Whenever the news came, whenever the news flashed on TV, so and so had a fight with so and so had a fight with their wife, uh, so and so like basically so and so had domestic violence with their wife, so and so had divorce with their wife. Me and my father used to think, is it really true? Because how can someone beat someone without reason? Like there's no particular reason. We used to mock that thing very much. On one fine day, I was sleeping. At midnight, I saw someone crying at my house. Trust me, my 9 years of life was incomplete without this. I never saw someone crying in my house. I went there, I saw, and that was my mom. I was shattered by seeing my mom crying. I asked her what happened. Is it okay? Did I do something wrong? Did my brother did something wrong? She said no, no one did wrong. I asked. She said no, you have to get ready to school the next day. So go and sleep. As brown children, as brown parents' children, we consider our mother and father as our God. So that's why we deliberately like we I basically apologize to my mom that okay mom, if I did something wrong, I am sorry, I understand, then I'll go back to sleep. My mom said okay. Next day, my mom was smiling because my dad was appreciating the poha that she made. I forgot the thought and then I went off to school. Again, the days passed. Every day, in any of the corner of my house, at that particular time, I saw my mom crying. I used to ask her again and again, but she didn't reply anything. She was like, you are small, you are kid, you won't understand this. On one fine night, I saw her crying, but she had wound on her hand, her leg, and her head. She was bleeding. I got panicked. I rushed to the kitchen store to go get first aid. I said, did father do something wrong? I, I called upon my father. He was sitting in the next room, lying in the bed very freely. He was not panicked by anything. At that particular time, every news that flashed on the TV came through. So and so hit their wife. So and so did something wrong. The domestic violence. I was frightened by only one thing. That, or rather say one word, divorce. I never wanted to live with one people because I had heard in stories that you have to choose either of the parents. You cannot live with both the parents. So I was frightened by that, just that one word. Anyways, that night went by, the days went by. Uh, divorce happened. I was handed over to my father. I am 19 today. It's exact 10 years I live with my father. Imagine your mom lives in the same city, but you cannot see her because your father don't allow. At that particular time, I was very angry at my mother that why are you so selfish? Why are you taking divorce? But now after 10 years, I realize why are we calling domestic violence as domestic violence? Why are we not calling it only the violence? Because unless and until it's domestic and household, it's considered a matter of house and it's buried over there only. It never reaches to the world, it never reaches out because it is domestic now. So that's what my point is. We should not call domestic violence as domestic violence. It should be only the violence. There's another aspect. I was cleaning my room and I saw my mother's diary. She wrote a poem at that particular time. The lines of my hand starts fading as the grin of my face starts wounding. My blood drop interests him. My scars defines him. My strength won't think twice before hurting you. My soul won't find peace without punishing you. I am a woman, not a body to wound. I am a girl, not a festival of killing. I am a mother, not a burden of emotions. I am a wife, not a gift of violence. I live in every corner of earth. Why are we not protecting us then? So what my point is basically, let's not call domestic violence as domestic. Let's call it only violence so that every mother, girl, or any kind of women is safe. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ricky. I hope the story becomes a voice for every woman. Now I call upon Sakshi Yale. Present, okay. Vaidehi Bangre from Rinzani Mahavidyalaya. Respected dignitaries, judges, and all dear friends, a very good morning to you all. My name is Vaidehi Bangre. I am from Srimati Rinzani Mahila Mahavidyalaya. Today I am going to presenting a story. My story name is Had God Has a Plan for You. I start my story. Once upon a time, a ship caught in a storm in the sea. The ship got destroyed, and all the passengers in it were drowned in the sea, except only one man, by grace of God. He's surviving. He's surviving somehow and came to the shore of the sea. Again, start. Once upon a time, a ship caught in a storm in a sea. In a storm in a sea, the ship got destroyed, and all the passengers in it were drawn in the sea, except only one man. Except only one man, by grace of God, he surviving somehow and came to the shore of the sea. After some time, he again, when he regained his consciousness, he opened his eyes and he found himself on the desolate island. As soon as the man woke up and started to praying God and said, "Oh God, please help me. Please send me some help." Days passed, but no help came for him. Days passed, but no help came for him. Then he spent his night sleeping on the beach. Next day, when he woke up, he again prayed to God. When he woke up, he again came for him, but no help came for him. Few days passed like this, but by now he had totally given up. Taking the life of the desolate island as his fate. Then the man started to collect some wood and grass and made a hut for himself. He collected some things from broken ship and kept them in the hut. He's surviving by eating coconuts and fish on the island, staying in the hut, and he started spending his days. One day, he lit a fire and went in search of food. When he returned, he saw that his hut was on fire. He was very sad due to the destruction of his only shelter. In anger, he raised his head toward the sky and started to complaining to God and said, "Oh God, I told you to send me some help, but you didn't listen to my prayer. I had built a hut here to live, and you burned that too. You are very cruel." He was very disappointed. He kept complaining God till night. Then he fell asleep on a sea beach. Next day in the morning, he was woken up by a noise which was very loud. He opened his eyes. He saw that a ship has come to shore. He could not believe his eyes. He was very happy that at last help had come to him. He got on the ship and ship started to sailing. After getting on the ship, the man asked to the captain of the ship and said, "How did you know that I am stranded here in the desolate island?" Captain replied, we saw a fire signal sent by you and coming from the island. We understood that there is someone on the island. That's why we came here." Man said, "But I didn't send any fire signal." Then again Captain replied that, "But we have came here only after seeing the fire signal." Just then, man remember his burning hut. He understood that the fire signal which the captain talking about was his burning hut. He understood that it was a God's plan to get him out of the deserted island by putting his hut on fire. He understood that God's plan is bigger than his plan for himself, and he started to thanking to God. This was story of man, but this story relates to our life. If you see in your life, if you see in our lives, we will find that we do lot of planning in our life. What we want does not happen, and what happen is not of our choice. We always try to understand the happening in our life with our limited mind. When trouble befalls us, our faith start to waver, a patience start to break, and hope start to fade, and we start to complaining God. While in such time, one should try to get one should try to get out of trouble by maintaining faith in God. In a world of over 8 billion people, God has a purpose and a plan for each and every one of us. We should keep doing our efforts by putting faith in Almighty without losing heart. Our efforts and God's blessing together can get us out of every trouble. Therefore, whenever in your life you feel like your plan is failing and everything is happening against your wish, always remember that perhaps God has planned some other plan for you, and always God's plan is bigger, bolder, and better for ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Our next participant is Prajat Jibe and Vasantra Naik.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Prajat from Vasantra Naik Government Institutes of Arts and Social Science. So here I am going to tell you story of one young boy whose name is Okayo. He's 10-year-old and he was very fond of learning judo. But his parents were not allowing him to learn the judo. This is because in childhood he met with an accident where he lost his left hand. So his parents were not allowing him to learn judo. So one day he requested his parents that no, anyhow I have to learn judo, though I have not left hand. So parents bowed out to him and let him go to the judo classes. When he go to judo class, master asked him, what you will do with learn judo? Because you have no left hand with you. So he replied that I don't know anything. I just want to be a judo master in future. So he continuously working on that judo practice. So next day when master come to the school, master taught him only one kick and says that you have to practice this kick up to 6 months. So he agreed with it and practiced that kick up to 6 months. And after 6 months, he gone to the master and that kick. But to other students, you are teaching new tricks of judo, and I am still practicing that one kick. So master replied, if you have faith in me, so you will practice that kick only. So master said, sent to him to practice. Then Okayo did that kick 1 year. After 1 year, again he gone to the master and asked, if you will not teach me, so I will go out of this school. So master said, okay, you can go. But then also, he didn't lose his hope. He practiced that kick again 1 year. So this how he's practiced this kick 3 years. 3 years after, the competition letter came to the master. And master asked to judo, you have to participate in this competition. And so Okayo worried, how I will participate? You have taught me only one kick. So master says that you have faith in me, so you will participate in the judo competition. So next day the judo competition begins. They go to play the judo, and there were total about 4 rounds. First round, second round, third round, and final round. So in first, you don't do anything, just put off his kick. And first round he wins. And this how second round he got selected. In second round also same. He plays the same kick that he has been practicing from 3 years. And though he also won the second round too. And this is how he gone to the third round and fourth round. He wins the match continuously, and third round also win, fourth round also he won. After that, he had gone selected for the final round, fourth round. So he came to the master and asked, "How I am winning all the matches?" Master said, if you will win your final match, so I will tell you how you have won this match." So the opponent were much more powerful than the Okayos. So Okayo asked to the master, "I will not fight." So master said, "No, you have to fight." So he gone and compete with him. So the opponent was much stronger, and Okayo gave up and says to the referee that I don't want to compete with him. I just want to lose hope. So from behind of the stage, master replied that no, you will not lose your hope. I am with you. You just have to put that kick which I have been taught you since 3 years. So he replied, "Yes, master, I will do the same." The same kick he has been delivering from 3 or 4 matches, has delivered same kick to the opponent. And what the surprise is that he had won the final match too. And he asked the master, he cried a lot, "How I have been? You have taught only one kick from 3 years." So master replied, "There is only basic funda behind is that you have not your left hand. And this kick, the trick only to have your left hand, grab to the left hand and put down under the floor." So he cried a lot. And such master replied that your greatest weakness can become your greatest strength. So this is how only friends I am going to tell you the moral from the story is that our weakness is not our weakness. We have to be perfect in that, have to move on and carry on. Thank you.
That was a very beautiful story. Now I call upon Harsh Thakre from Prerna College to present his story. So all will be given 7 minutes. First 5 minutes, then after that we will inform you that last 2 minutes are left. In that last 2 minutes, you will culminate your story.
Good morning, guys. My name is Harsh. I'm from Dr. S. C. Gulane, Prerna College of Commerce, Science and Arts. Guys, I'm going to tell a story. There was a small village, and there was a poor farmer in that village. In that village, he was only one daughter, and poor farmer name was Suresh, and his daughter was named Ruchika. And he loved his daughter because no one in his family, only there he was a single daughter. And after that, he loved his family. He loved he loved his daughter, and he spent all time with her. One day, there was a Rishikant was feeling so ill. He took his daughter to so many doctors and so many hospitals. But in his in Rutika's health, there is no changes. It was constantly feeling so ill. She was constantly feeling so ill. That's why she was feeling so ill. And a old man in his village named Ranjit, Ranjit, Ranjit. He said that you can go in the forest. There was a special magical flower. You give him, give it for your daughter, and that's why because of you giving that flower, he can we can make your daughter well. He gone to the forest. The forest song like and he gone to the forest. Uh, and he took his daughter to his neighbor house. He gone and he can suddenly see that there is a lake, and in that lake the tiger was just drinking and water, and he gone because of the step of the tiger was just there, and he can see where that flower is. Uh, in front of him there was a cave. He go into that cave. He see the flower, but suddenly there was a voice of tiger, and he see the tiger in front of him, and was in front of flower, but he did not lose hope because of there was a tiger. When I go and took the flower, tiger was come in front of me and he was kill me. But he has decided that when tiger was going to sleep, that's why that I can go and I can put the flower. And after that, when tiger was going to sleep, he can go. But there was suddenly sound like someone was going to out of the cave. That's why the tiger was wake up, and he put the flower immediately and go run fast out of the cave, because there was a tiger was wake up that, and he's run when he run, and suddenly he was fell down, and he observed that the flower he took that pick the from the cave, that was crunch, and he was crying, because no, there is only one thing that is make the daughter was well. There was a suddenly there was a old woman going in front of him and saying that why are you crying? Then he say that is all situation, that my daughter is not feeling well. I took him all the doctors, but he can't feel well. But there was an old man says that there was in a flower, in forest there was a flower, that flower helps to make my daughter well. But I crunched that flower because of I fell down. But that old lady tell him that you can love the care and love of your daughter is make your daughter well. No other thing is there. Then he decided to go the village and stay with his daughter, Ruchita. And he can go to the Ruchita, go from the for the Ruchita, go to meet the Ruchita. He go and say her thank you, sorry, because of the I can't stay with you. There was so many and there was 3 days to go in forest. And after some time, so for a week, she stay with her and love him, love her as all time. No, not a single time he only in front of her. That's why he know that we love the family, and care the family is the good thing in the life.
Thank you so much, Harsh. Our next participant is Neharika Sample from Mr. College.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Niharika Sapre. I'm from Mr. College, and I'll be performing the Tell Heart through a voice of a madman. If you get scared, just know it's Alfred. Come inside. Sit right here. Right here. I'm not a madman. I'm just ill. It's true. I'm very, very ill. The disease has made my senses louder, sharper. I can see and hear sounds in all of hell and heaven. I'm not a madman. You see, you want to hear a suspense story? I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Oh, I'll tell you. I didn't hate the old man. The old man was actually a great man. I loved him. For his gold, I had no passion. I didn't want to steal. I didn't want to murder him. I think it was his eye. It was his evil, evil eye. It was the vulture eye that horrendous. I thought that I must get rid of him. I must take the life of this old man. He said I'm mad. A madman does not know how to plan. A madman knows nothing. For 7 days, I went and I served him. I cared for him. I would say hi and hello. He would have been a very cautious man to understand that I have this planning in my head. For 7 days in the midnight, I would go. I would open his door. Oh, so slightly, so slightly, so slightly. And I would watch him in the middle of the night, wrapped lantern, in just a little light on his face. I watched him. I slowly creeped him to his room. And I watched for hours how slowly I moved the door. And I watched him. But his evil eye would be closed and I would not be able to perform the act because I did not have any problem with the man. It was his evil eye. So on the eighth day, I'm so proud. On the eighth day, I went inside the room. I opened it ever so slightly, lightly, and made just a little sound, just a flick of my lantern. And the old man sprung up in his bed. Who's there? Now, you would think that I would be scared and I might have backed off, but I did not. Oh, I was standing there. It was pitch dark. All the curtains were closed. The atmosphere was dark. You would not have known that I am standing there. Oh, so slightly, with murder on my head. I watched him for an hour. Have I not told you that my senses have become stronger? I could hear the sound. Can you hear it too? It was the beating of the old man's heart. It was growing louder and louder, and I saw the evil eye. Oh, his horror might have been terrible, terrible. And I moved in, and I took my lantern and put a single flash. I struck and killed him. Just one shriek from the old man, and it was done. The deal was done. Oh, I've performed it. I've done it. I held him right here. I held him, and I heard his heart beating for many hours. But the neighbors wouldn't hear it because it wasn't so loud. See, I'm not a mad man. I do not have a problem with him. You would think that I would not have done with precaution? Oh no. The wooden floor, I took 3 planks off. And piece by piece, I put the old man inside. And I covered the floor. Can you guess where I might have kept the old man? It's right there where you are seated, below this very chair. I'm not mad. I'm just passionate. Thank you. That was really enthralling, Niharika. Wonderful, indeed thrilling. Now I call upon Manish Rakhade from Ambedkar College.
Good morning to one and all present here, respected judges, and all my dear friends.
Uh, There is another announcement I want to make that will be given 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, they will ring the bell. You will hear the sound of bell. After that, the hearing the sound of the bell, you will giving last 2 minutes. In that last 2 minutes, you will complete your story. Thank you.
Good morning to one and all present here, respected judges, and all my dear friends. I am Cadet Manish Thakre from 20 Maharashtra Battalion NCC, Dr. Ambedkar College, Diksha Bhumi, Nagpur. I want to present a Marathi poem of Vasantraoji Naik, which I like more. I hope you like it. हरित क्रांतीचा असा जनक देशाचा तू अभिमान रे वसंतरावजी नाईक तुझी कीर्ती भली महान दुष्काळाचे दिवस काढले राहोनी अर्ध्या पोटी परदेशातून आलोनी राशन टाकला आपल्या ओटी शेतकरी जन करती तुझेच गुणगान रे हरित क्रांतीचा जनक देशाचा तू अभिमान गरीब जनांचा दाता खरा तू आंधळ्यांची तू काठी सदैव झटत राहिलास तू या जनते सेवेसाठी संकटातून मार्ग काढीची ध्येय तुझे बलवान रे कवी लालसिंग विनवी तुझला चरणी ठेवून माथा सारी जनता गाती अजूनही तुझीच गौरव गाथा येई पुन्हा जन्म घेऊन महाराष्ट्राची शान रे हरित क्रांतीचा असक जनक देशाचा तू अभिमान आय एम गोइंग टू टेल यू अ स्टोरी. The topic of my story is a man who worked with discipline. It is a story of man who consumes a lot of digital content daily on multiple topics. But one topic that he usually watches is how to be focused and motivated while working. Not only does he watch those videos, but also he asks his friends to inspire him daily so he can perform his daily tasks well. Once, he was sitting in a gathering with his few friends, where he said with a heavy heart, I am tired of these daily tasks and I am losing my motivation. I can't do this anymore. Then a man stood up and said, well, I am not saying against anyone who motivates you, but the point is motivation is overrated. You don't have to feel motivated all the time to do your work. What's more important is discipline, passion, and dedication. To your work is crucial, but the mindset. I can't do this because I haven't motivation or I am enjoying it is 100% wrong notion in itself. Try to change this mindset. Have a cup of tea and remember why you started by saying I am, I can, and I will. That day, the tired man realized that he is ruining his life and decided to work hard by maintaining discipline. The moral of the story is being motivated all the time is not everything. Also, the notion is wrong in itself. So, change your mindset when you think that you can't do this anymore. Thank you. But one thing I want to say, that's why John Maxwell says, small disciplines repeated with consistency every day lead to great achievements gained slowly over time. Thank you.
Thank you. Now I call Krishna Dharmi from Ambedkar College.
Morning everyone. My name is Samisha Malpradane from 20 Maharashtra Battalion from Dr. Ambedkar College. I am pleased. Good morning everyone. My name is Samisha Malpradane from Dr. Ambedkar College. I am presenting the story of the wall. In a town, there was a two brothers. Is live. One is Naim and another is Karim. Naim did not like everything about Naim. Name's precious house, his son, and his success in the business. Karim always jealous from Naim. Karim always would curse his wife. Why are you not giving up sons? He and he always complaining her wife. Why are you not giving brothers? He Karim Karim would always curse his wife for giving birth of two daughters, that is Hasina and Nagma, and no son like other younger brother's wife. Whenever daughters wants a trophy, new toys, new dresses, Karim always refuse her. Hasina and Nagma would like to playing with their cousins, but Karim did not like his daughters should play with them. Karim has his medical shop. Karim would be very rude with his customer. Whenever customer said, "Why are you giving substitute medicine? Why are you not giving the proper medicine?" He replied very rudely, "If you do not want, go away from here immediately." One day, when Karim entered into the shop, he felt darkness in front of his eyes, and he did not feel very well. He closed his house and get back home. Tahira, his wife says, "Are you well? Are you well?" "I am not well." She touches his forehead, and she found that he suffered from a high fever. "Shall I call doctor?" No, don't call a doctor. I know that which medicine to take. I will be fine after eating that. I just need some rest. A big bath and still temperature did not leave him. And still he was not allowed to call doctor. One afternoon, he was seated on the balcony, and he was saw that one mother cat allow a stranger kitten to suck a milk to suck her milk with her own puppies. He closed once that same day evening. Karim condition suddenly getting worse. Karim keep clothes. Zahira keep floats on his head, and his daughter massaging his cheek. He closed his eyes and began muttering. Zahira became shocked to saw Karim condition. He shocked very loudly. Please open your eyes. What happened? Please open your eyes. Naim and his family run to see what happened. Naim shocked to see his brother's condition. Brother, please open your eyes. What happened? Please open your eyes. But Karim did not open his eyes. In the story, the wall presenting the barrier and the presenting the physical and mental barrier between between two brothers. In this story, the moral is, do not be jealous, because jealousy spoils the relationship, and stubborn is always not good. Thank you. Thank you so much, Samiksha. That was a very beautiful story. Now I call upon Ram Dongardai from Hislop College.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brian Dongadire. My name sounds more like an oxymoron and less of a name in itself, but I assure you, my name is that. The title of my today's original is What's White in Shahabad? The birds sang their last song that summer evening, and the Islamic call prayer last of the day was being heard in the loudspeakers of Shahabad, the Muslim majority area of the city. Amrit and Isaac rode in on their Activa, stopped in front of Munafir Bhai's fashion shop. They got down, walking upstairs, they heard a distant blast. Another tire burst, claimed Amrit. They went in, opened the door. Welcome, my dear brothers. This is how Munafir Bhai welcomes every single customer of it. I would like to have a white patani, asked Isaac very gently. In not less than 2 minutes, there were 15 to 20 white patanis in front of them. Now, the purpose of buying a white patani was none other than buying it for Isaac's baptism, which was going to happen that fortnight. Now, so many white patanis. Isaac was perplexed which patani to buy because all of them were white, but each single white meant something different for Isaac. An irritated Amrit asked, Bro, what do you do when you have to buy a white patani? Isaac was like, You buy a white patani, what's taking you so long? Isaac's tired eyes gazed around the shop. The customers, the workers, Munafir Bhai, the owner, and his son Farooq, who was same age as Isaac. And then his eyes laid still on the minaret of the mosque outside far off the Shahabad mosque. Oh my God, someone is climbing that minaret. What? Somebody pulled the serene green flag that was waving on it. Follow me if you have to live. Farooq pulled away Isaac, and was the flag taken off? Was it replaced or was it left vacant? Nobody knows nothing. But everybody inside was sure that threat was looming in the streets of Shahabad. In that silence, Munafir Bhai broke it. We can stay here as long as we like. But if those men enter in, they won't spare a single soul. Panic was all there. Urdu Arabic prayers to Allah for protection were being heard. Amesh, a Christian, Isaac drew a holy cross on his forehead, and then sounds came from outside. Sound of a mob of men. But those men sounded not just like any regular men, but a swarm of flesh-eating zombies. They were not that. The impression was that. Then inside came a distant voice. Sab sukla hai tumhari sharna, tum raksha kabu ko darna. Amrit was chanting the Hanuman Chalisa, his only source of supernatural security. Then Farooq rushed towards the window. He saw down, and there was, came back. Listen, we cannot stay here. We must escape. His father came to a conclusion that, okay, we leave through the back door, we get down into the eastern ghetto, and then we leave through the perimeter of Shahabad. They left one by one, one by one, one by one. Munafir Bhai was at the end. Total 22 people. As the last person went, Munafir Bhai locked the door, and he heard the front door being broken into. Now these guys rushed downstairs, the women and children, especially a 70-year-old Khala and grandson who was just 8-year-old. These people were held to go off to leap over the walls by the other men. Now, aghast. The ghetto, as in the slum, was unnerving. It wasn't unnerving because there were dead bodies lying or things were put on fire. It was unnerving because of the silence. Not because of the chaos, but because of the silence. So these people marched up ahead. Amrit, with the 70-year-old Khala and her grandson, because of their slow pace, was falling behind. The distance between them and the former group was big when we heard horse steps. Something was dangerous. So he turned, he changed course, but was going in the same direction. He was hearing the horse steps once again. He turned back, nothing. Turned back, nothing. Then a gunshot. Turned back, nothing. And they kept going, and then around the corner, he heard a mob. It wasn't the threat mob, but it was his only mob, the former group of 20. Now, Farooq turned back, he saw Amrit, but he gestured Amrit to stop. He must not turn. Then Amrit got Khala in one hand, picked up the little kid, and he ran towards the group. Then Khala caught her breath, she fell down on her knees. Then came a sound of assault rifle. Amrit then stopped. No! He took the kid, he ran towards the group, gave the kid over to Farooq, touched the kid's cheek with his hand that had sapling threads tied around the wrist. He ran back to Khala, picked her up, and he gave her a push. Khala ran, Amrit ran. Khala joined the group, but Amrit stopped. What he saw with his eyes numbed his heart and his body. It was the sight of a little sock of a little kid, blood-stained and torn. His heart and his mind was paralyzed. The group ahead was marching forward. Amrit was numb. Amrit! Exclaimed Isaac. Amrit snapped out of it, and just before Amrit could take another step, he fell down on his face. And even before the group could help or even show the slightest of the expression of grief, Amrit's massacred body fell on the ground. The moral of my story? Well, there's no moral in violence, but in brotherly love. Thank you very much.
That was wonderful. I call upon Kunal Dongre from Ambedkar College to present his story. He is our last offline participant. After this, we will start with the online participant.
Good afternoon, friends. My name is Kunal Dongre and I am from DAMSR College. So, my story title is The Death Note. The Death Note was broadcast of Japanese TV in October 2006. It was a 37 episode series and ordered in June 2000, ended in June 2007. The producer of the series was Madhouse and the director of the Tetsuro Ataki, Nishio, also wrote a novel based on this series. The story of Death Note begins with Light Yamagi, who is a high school student. He is an intelligent and handsome student, and his father is a police officer. Naturally, as the son of the police officer, he was interested in crime scenes and criminal stories that his father participated in. He used to check his features computers to know all about these different types of criminals. One day, when he was there in classroom, he came across a book called Death Note, which fell from the sky. He was very interested in this suspicious looking book. So he started to see what it was all about. This book was not ordinary book, and in fact, it actually belonged to Ryu, a death god, otherwise known as Shinigami in Japan. Light came to know that he put anyone in the whole world anywhere he liked, and he had to do was write in the name and the person he wanted to kill, their exact time of death, and how they died. Light couldn't believe it. At this point, he just wanted to test if that was true, to test the book. He wrote the name and missing criminal, and after some time, he realized that criminal had died and a heart attack. Light found it astonishing as he found the book is eventually actually real and fake. He can now control death itself, and no one ever blamed him. Ryo, the Shinigami, had sent this book to him on purpose. He wanted to know what someone would do if he gave ability to kill anybody. Just as Shinigamis are, Light consider himself very powerful. He started killing people who we thought were not good enough. Soon after, a lot of deaths were reported. Police and other detective agencies found this very suspicious, that so many criminals were dying. The common thing among these criminals was that they were all dying of heart attacks or in any accidents.
they knew that weird situations was not just a coincidence, and somebody somewhere in the world was responsible for the chaos. They increased their capacity for investigations. During this time, light was visited by real. Any ordinary person could not see Rio, and we could only be seen by someone who would touch the death note. He told light that he did on purpose, and when the time comes, he himself will write light's name in the book, and he will also die just like every other human being. This warning a little too lightly. Light continued to kill the criminals, and because of that, the crime rate decreased dramatically. And because of that, the crime rate decreased eventually. Light recorded a message to the public saying that he was Kira, which means killer in Japanese. People were very refined by Kira. The police and detective agencies were working hard and find out who he really was. And finally, a highly estimated death named L came and took charge of in the case. Find out who Kira was, and if he was located in Japan, eventually by using a criminal on death row as bait for light on national TV. All these situations happening. After that, Light then tries to kill Near by writing down his name in the death note. Right when he is about to write his name, he gets shot in the hand by another member named Mutsura. Mutsura continues to shoot him. However, rendering Light helpless, Light continues to struggle but fails. Finally, in a desperate attempt, he called to Rayor to help write down Nia's name and get out of the situation. However, can you guess what would happen next? Well, this ending was crazy. To his astronomist, instead of saving Light Yamagi and helping him write near his name, Ryuk writes Light's name in the death note. He fulfilled the promise that he had told Lighthouse beginning of the series. Decided to kill this info. The death of Light Yamagi was sudden, and the whole series came to an end. Didn't deserve to live, man. And the energy of man was domain time, and that is the series of the Death Note. Death Note is playing with justice prevail. There is no heaven or hell, no matter what you while you are alive. Everybody goes to the same place. Once you die, death is equal.
Thank you so much, Kunal. Now we will start with our next segment, that is online. Our first participant from online is Shubh Jain from Sankaracharya.
आवाज ये मत Tanami, there are 5 participants whom I can see online. Tanami, you will please unmute your mics and just respond when I take your name. Ayushi Patle.
Yes, sir.
She is there. Then Mosmi Patle.
Yes, sir.
Kana.
Yes,
And are you here?
yes, I'm here.
Yes. Suyash Meshram. Suyash
sir.
Meshram
Yes, sir.
is there. And Vaishnavi Shirsagar.
Yes, sir.
एक मिनट नहीं प्लीज वेट yeah बेटा wait for a minute just make arrangements for sound आवाज ये था हाँ मैं तो क्या पूजा में क्या बोल रहे हैं I see. आशीष को सुन लो क्या नाश्ता करने क्या करके जाऊंगा कौन सा इसको मैं इधर बुला रहा हूँ और एक unmute and say something. Yeah, Ayushi, please unmute yourself and say something. We are just testing if the
Yes, sir.
sound is audible.
Yes, sir.
Is it audible? Judges. Yeah, Ayushi.
Yes, sir.
Must be from here.
Am I audible, sir?
Ayushi, now
Yes,
say something.
sir.
Say something.
Yes. Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible, but keep saying something for a minute
Yes,
so that
sir.
we'll set the audio.
They are setting the volume.
Yes.
Side by side. Okay. So make an announcement and mute yourself.
Hello, are you ready? Ayushi Patle
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
is audible.
Yes, sir. Sir, am I clearly audible? Okay. A warm good afternoon to respected judges, teachers, and my dear friend. I'm Ayushi Patle from BSc first year from CJ Patel College, Tiroda. And today I'm narrating this story. The title of my story is The Solution of a Problem. It is a story of an old man living in a small village who was very rich and a big landlord. He was always with
Ayushi,
a
please
pleasant
stop.
smile and
Ayushi, just a minute.
yes, sir.
Just a minute, beta. Just a minute.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can start now.
Okay. So the title of my story is Solution of a Problem. It is a story of an old man who was living in a small village, who was very rich and a big landlord. He was always with a pleasant smile and bright eyes. He was very generous to people and always helping them. Anytime any problem would to be coming in that village, every people were coming to him and asking the solution or the suggestion for the problem. One Monday morning, he was been suffering from a kind of eye infection. He goes to the doctor of his village and another village, but the problem of his eye infection was not solved. He was been having the burning sensation in his eyes. He was full of fear on that time. Then after some time, he take treatment from some another place. There, the doctor checked his eyes and he told him that your eyes have a kind of infection in which if you see any other color than green, then your eyes will be having a burning sensation that would gonna be irritating you and trouble you. And this word were like the thunderstorm in his mind. He was really deep shaken. He was day and night been thinking for this problem and was very much irritated and troubled by his paining of that eyes. Then, after thinking day and night for the solution, one day his mind suddenly struck with an idea and he called his servant. He told them that, I got a solution. You paint the whole village with green color. Wherever I go, everything should be green in color. And on his instruction, every villager painted whole village in green color. And everywhere he go, everything was green in color. But painting the village have not solved the problem because there were so many things which can't be painted green. As the sky, which will be remaining blue, or maybe the color of his own skin, which can't be painted green, and the another, or the chapati that he may be eating, and so many other things. So like this, days were going on. One day, one boy came to that village, and he found that everything here to be green in color, and he asked some villager that why this is actually to be green. And one of the villagers said, it is all because of that landlord. The another explained the whole scenario and said, the landlord of our villager is having a kind of eye infection in which if he see any another color than green, he have a burning sensation. And therefore he painted the whole village with green color. The boy listened this thing and goes straight forward to the home of that landlord. He told the landlord that just because of your eyes, you painted the whole village with green color, but your problem has a very simple solution. You just took a green goggle and from which you can see the whole world to be green. So the moral of the story is that many a time we see that our problem is so big, but the solution is very simple. Because on that time, we actually overthink about the problem in this way that we are not able to find the solution of that problem. So any time any problem came into your life, don't think about the problem in majestic way, because problem had already came into your life. Think for the solution on that time. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Ayushi. Yeah, Ayushi, please mute yourself. Now, I invite the next participant, Miss Mosmi Patle.
Yes, sir. Sir, am I audible to you?
Yeah. Mosmi Patle.
Sir, am I audible to you?
Yeah, you are. You are audible.
My name is Mosmi Patle and I'm currently pursuing Bachelor's of Art from CJ Patel College, Tiroda. And today I'm going to tell you this. May I start?
Yes, Mosmi, you can start.
I'm going to the story of a girl who lived in a small village and who was a simple and fearful type of girl. She lived in a village called Marega. Due to the smallness and the backwardness of her village, she used to go to the another village to complete her studies. So for that, around 8 years ago, she was in seventh standard. She used to go to around 6:30 in the morning to the tuitions, and she left the house. She left the house at 6:30 to go to tuition by bicycle. On her way, she saw a man who had drunk very badly, and as soon as she passed by her, as soon as she passed by her, the man called her, "Hey, I love you." And the girl, she was scared and she's shivering, and she tried to increase the speed of her cycle because she was small, and the word uh, drunken man, she's scared and shivering like this. And then she started increasing the speed of her cycle, but she was small, so she could not able to run away from that man. Then he rushed after her and dropped her cycle and he grabbed her neck with his both hand, and put her and take and took that girl to the field next to the road. And then he grabbed hold of the throat and started banging. She had no way to get out of that situation, but somehow she managed to keep her away from that man. She bite his on his hand by her teeth, and she freed from that man, and she started screaming loudly like, "Please help me, please help me." And a man who is working in the field nearby road, came and saw her and saved her like a god. We always in a trouble, and we don't have any solution, but if we believe in God, and if we will use our presence of mind, so we will survive. Then she don't have any idea how to get out of that situation, but she did as she can do for her survive. And then the whole village knows that the girl had sexually harassed by someone. Then everywhere knows this news in newspaper, and the very next day she came to her tuition, and her tuition master says, "Here's my Rani Lakshmi Bai came." And she's like, and the girl, the story I'm telling about, none other than it's me. I'm the girl who is suffering from this sexual harassment, but now I'm become the more courageous and more confidence, and I have that belief in myself that I can survive myself, and I can if anyone in a trouble, so I can save anyone. Now I have that ability, and I know that whenever I'll be in a trouble, God will be there for me. So the moral of the story is, you will have to fight for your life, for yourself, and always believe in God and on your good deeds. Thank you.
Thank you. Now may I invite the next participant, Sana. Are you ready?
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, Anna, you are audible. Just a
Okay.
minute. Yeah.
Should I start?
Yes, please.
Good afternoon to all. I am Sana Sheikh, studying in Sri Ambisha Mahila College, Malad, first year of Bachelor of Arts. So the title of my story is "Oh Dear Mothers, We Are Your Child." I love you. When I say I love you, I really mean it, Mom. My action defines you as I don't love you, but my heart is everything about your care and love that I have for you. I miss you. Oh, did I just pop up the word that I miss you? Don't you miss me? You left me in an awe, but you were happy. Am I that annoying for you? I never thought my life would be this big change. My whole life is upside down. Mama, you experienced me as the mother of wisdom. I just gave a flashback of a person enduring from this. Let's listen to the whole story. So he is a 18-year-old boy. When I first met him, with his head bowed down and smiling so shyly, I got to understand he's not a simple human being. He wants to be in naval force. He want to work and make his life well settled. I know mothers are always defined as heaven, like love, pure, we can never wish to blame them. Let me question here. You are human, I'm human, so is the mother and father and brother and sister. This is not to hurt any of you. Also, my dear mothers, I'm so sorry to see that my heart cries when a mother leaves her own blood. I have heard in olden times, girl, child, especially were killed or buried. What about today's modern world? Just for your satisfaction, you are living your own blood. Who says boys' life are cool? The thing is, we have stopped and we never minded to understand others. And that's the reason people have stopped reaching for help. It's been 1 year, 1 month. I have no one like him. He has no one like me. He never said, Father, leave me. When he was too small, he saw his father's death. Mother ended up in wrong world affairs. A son's a son's good intention and care for her mother was like a thorn for her. She left him without saying a word. She shifted to a new happy world, leaving her son in a dark room. No money, no food, no mother, no father, no siblings. And he never asked for help. I just want to ask, are you a mother? What kind of heart is made up of? If he was wrong, I would never be his soul. When I saw the way he releases the bird, the way he feeds the dog, the way he feeds a cat, the way he cries his heart out, how can I say anything to my mother? She doesn't like me, and that's human nature, he said. I love a pure girl, and she hates what I love and whoever loves me. She left me saying, you look your way and I'm on my road. When I was a child, I said, when I'll grow up, I'll be in a naval force. The boy said this. When I was a child, I said, when I'll grow up, I'll be a soldier. When I was a child, I said, when I'll grow up, I'll start an NGO. You made me grow and I'm grown at a very young age. I'm working, I'm living, I am breathing. I am a man now with so much hurt inside. I am my own father, my own mother. I just want to say to all the mothers that, oh dear mothers, we are your child. You have ways to understand and communicate with your child, but don't you think you are a mother? I'm like, the boy says that he has a roof on his head, but no so-called home. I have a mother in my life to just say mother without any feelings. I pray may all the mothers are dear to their child. This is the unique story I am dealing with in 20 years. We love each other and his mother hates me. So this love is not a love like a couple love, but the love for humanity. We treat each other like humans and people ignore us. So for me, I am like feeling his stomach and making it stable in all. I do stealing some tomatoes from my house. At least he can some onions or chilies that at least he can fry an egg and eat. Sometimes giving my tiffin box to him. Sometimes stealing chai or tea in a water bottle and giving him. I hope everything gets better. The boy in this story doesn't want anyone to help him except me, and that too like putting some butter. Sometimes coming from work, he saves 10 rupees and come walking 1 hour to just at least have Maggie in his dinner. I feel happy his tiredness make him sleep and not think or being depressed. I'm happy he is not wrong from any side. I think after marriage and the children's, nothing is anything bigger and close to the heart for the mothers except their own blood. So what can we learn from this story? Life hits any time and to everyone. Being right and strong is all we can aim for. I just want to tell this is the true story, and this is one of my friend, and so it's like yes, I love him, but he yes, this loves. Yes, he loves me, but not as a couple. As I said, for each other, we are for each other for humanity. Thank you.
Thank you, Sana. Now we move on to the last presenter of the event. It's Vaishnavi Shivsagar.
Am I audible to you?
Yeah, Vaishnavi.
Yeah. So, yes, thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity. Respected judges, all the professors, and my dear friends, a very good afternoon to you. Shivsagar from JM Patel College, Bhandara. Today, the story that I'm going to tell you is a story of a girl that always blames others and the God, the Supreme God, for everything that went wrong in her life. So what happened while she was in her graduation school? She didn't study at all for the whole year. Suddenly, the exams announced, and what happened? She was not prepared for the exams at all. At the end of the exams, what happened? She got all subjects back. She failed the whole exam. She blamed God. Oh God, why me? Why it's always me? You can't let me. You don't let me enjoy my life. You always put restrictions on my life, and she was just blaming God. Then she goes to her parents and tell them that she has failed in every subject. Her parents tell her that to study